Shalom, shalom, and welcome again to the Nation of Yahweh's Thursday night biblical research study class. First, we're going to say our national prayer, and then we'll say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. If everybody can stand and face the east. O Yahweh, God of our salvation, save us, gather us together, and deliver us from the heathen, so that we may give thanks to thy holy name and glory in thy praises. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh and Israel forever. O Yahweh, let them be confounded that persecute us, but let not us be confounded. Let our enemies be dismayed, but let not us be dismayed. Bring upon our enemies the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction. O Yahweh, forgive our fathers for breaking your laws, and please forgive us for breaking your laws. Help us to never bring shame upon thy great name, nor reproach against our works. For surely we turn ourselves to thee, O Yahweh, trying to be upright. And as we confess our faults, please grant us protection against all our faults. Cleanse us of our secret faults and guide us to the best of morals. For surely our prayers, our sacrifices, our lives, and our deaths are all for thee, O Yahweh. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemaya. Yikadesh Me'aka. Tavo Makuteaka. Yase Rizonka. Kivashemayim came Baretz. It can contain Lahu Hayom. Uslak Lanu. All Karte Nu. Moshe So King. Gamanak Nu. La Kote La Nu. Y'all Jeffy the day Nisagon. Mean Dungeon. He Lora. Kilaka. Omomaha. They are Givera. They are Jeffy. They Olame. Olame Sila. We thank thee, Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. Praise Yahweh. Again, welcome to our Thursday night biblical research study class. We're going to continue with some of what we've covered before we get into some interesting information here shortly. But first, I like to testify that Yahweh is God and that his son's name is Yahweh ben Yahweh. Before Yahweh ben Yahweh could reveal himself, he had to first reveal his father's name, which is Yahweh. Then he informed us, according to John 5:43, he says, I come in my Father's name. The interesting thing is, to the whole world, if you don't know the Father's name, it's impossible for you to know the Son's name. John 5:43 say, he comes in his Father's name. And those that don't receive that, he also said that in John 5:43. Those may believe on other people who come in their own names, but refuse to believe in what the Bible says when it says he comes in his Father's name. Praise Yahweh. We're going to go to 2 Timothy 2:15, which tells us how to study. 2 Timothy 2:15 says, study to show thyself approved. A workman needed not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You can only divide truth from falsehood. You can only, you have to understand clearly what the scripture is saying. Rightly dividing the word of truth. You can only divide truth from falsehood. So that gives us a clue, matter of fact, more than a clue, that we got to separate some truth for some falsehood. Get rid of the falsehood. 2 Timothy says, study. In the Hebrew, it says study means to research all the facts about a thing. The word in Hebrew for study is lahag. And when you look up the word lahag, it says intense mental application. Intense mental application. So studying is definitely about the mind, and it's not only just calling words, but you have to apply this to your mind intensely. Praise Yahweh. The reference for the word study in your concordance is 3854, which is pronounced in Hebrew, lahag. It also means devoted to books. The word lahag means devoted to books. So this is telling us that we got to use books when we're studying the Bible. It says wisdom is the principal thing, the Bible. With all thy getting, get an understanding. We have to understand and accept the fact that the Bible is written in English. We don't know what all these English words mean, never did we attempt to. So we have to study these words very carefully. This is Yahweh ben Yahweh communicating to us. We can't just call words and think we know what they mean. Praise Yahweh. So we're going to go to Psalms 19:7. Move a little fast. These are scriptures that we have read before, where it says the law, Psalms 19:7, the law of the Lord Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. Well, here it says the law of. This is a word very basic, 2 letters, of. But when you look up the word of, it means coming from. So since it says the law of Yahweh is perfect, and that this law will convert your soul. Convert means to turn you away from sin and cause you to repent to Yahweh ben Yahweh. It also says convert means it's a dramatic turn. It means to turn from a path so that you can go down another path. So you have to leave the path of this world and come down the path of Yahweh entirely. Convert also means to turn away from this world and its unethical, ungodly attributes. That's what convert means, to turn away from this system so that you can find Yahweh ben Yahweh's system. Praise Yahweh. Then it also says convert the soul. That's a word you need to look up, because soul means mind. Soul means mind. Then it says the testimony of the Lord Yahweh is sure. Now to be able to testify, you got to be a witness. That means you had to see it or experience it for yourself. So that means when Yahweh ben Yahweh came, he was born from among us. He came through the same institutions, the same system that we came through. Then he implemented converting. So when he implemented converting in his mind, then he became a testimony because he experienced it himself. See, Yahweh is not asking us to do anything that he has not done. He's not asking us to do anything that he has not done. He experienced the same thing that we experience, and he overcame this world and overcame this system and became the Son of Yahweh. Psalms 82:6 says that we are God's also. We are of his kind. So when we follow the methods that he's revealing to us, we will become the sons and daughters of Yahweh also. Praise Yahweh. Law also means when we implement the law into our everyday lives, we'll come up with the word communion. We'll actually be communing with Yahweh. And commune means the sharing or exchange of intimate thoughts, intimate feeling, especially when the change is on a mental or spiritual level. See, this telling us that we have to change to be able to commune with Yahweh so he can share with us his intimate feelings, his intimate thoughts. And intimate means private or personal. You only share your intimate thoughts with a close, not just close, but a very close friend. Praise Yahweh. So we're going to go into, watch the time because time flies. We're going to go share some scriptures. I got them here somewhere now. I just wrote them down earlier. Excuse me 1 second here. All right, 8. We're going to go first to, I should share that too. Let us go to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6. Deuteronomy chapter 7. While I'm looking for this, Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6. 7 and 6. All right. And we're going to start at chapter 7. We're going to start at chapter 7. And you'll have to excuse me because I know I wrote something down here. But we're going to start at Deuteronomy 7:6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God Yahweh. The Lord thy God Yahweh has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." Not equal, but those that are converted like he has been converted, then you'll be above, not equal. 7, the Lord Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor chose you because you were more in number than any people, for ye were fewest of all people. Few. Those few is who we're looking for. Few. It's not a lot. These are not great numbers. These are people that have taken the time to study Yahweh ben Yahweh's teaching, implement his teachings in your mind through intense mental application, and then manifest these teachings in your everyday life. 8, because the Lord Yahweh loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers. Have the Lord Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand and redeem you out of the house of bondage for the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt? See, hand also means power. Now we see the word Egypt here. This is why it's imperative to understand what Egypt means. The word Egypt means shut in, restrained, misery, tribulation, distress. Now you have to ask yourself, do these attributes exist in the world, particularly in America today? Egypt also means to be ungenerated, to have an ungenerated soul. It means a land of darkness and misery. Egypt signifies darkness of ignorance, obscurity. Darkness of ignorance. Did I say that really? It says the darkness of ignorance. See, ignorance is darkness. That means somebody, not just somebody, but Yahweh had to come back among us, be born from among us after the 400 years, and then teach us the laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments of Yahweh so that we can return back to our Father Yahweh. Yes, return back to him. If you're not keeping, as you see, the whole world say nobody could be perfect. Psalms 19:7 says the law is perfect. Matthew 5:48 tells us to be perfect like our Father Yahweh ben Yahweh. But this world says nobody could be perfect. They put that on all people. They never even studied the word perfect. Hopefully we can get into a little bit of that tonight. But the world says, this system says nobody can be perfect. Matthew 5:48 tells us, be ye perfect, even as your Father Yahweh ben Yahweh. So if you don't believe in perfection, that's your choice. That's your choice. Because the Bible is telling us to be like our Father. This may signify to you where your mind is. If you're saying you can't be perfect, then your mind is of this system. Your mind is of Lucifer, the devil, and Satan. It's up to us to correct our own mind, and the only way we could do this with the knowledge of Yahweh ben Yahweh. Verse 9, know therefore that the Lord thy God Yahweh, he is God, the faithful God Yahweh, which keepeth covenant and mercy to them that love him, and what? Keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. It says if you love him, you will keep his commandments. But this system say that the law, statutes, judgments, and commandments don't count. No wonder we're catching hell, because Yahweh is telling us to keep his law, statutes, judgments, and commandments, and this system is telling us don't keep them. They don't count no more. Why is he doing that? Because this system is an opposer to Yahweh. Verse 10, and repay them that hate him to their face to destroy them. He will not be slack on him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. 11, thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I command thee this day. That means right now. This day means right now, not tomorrow. This day. Now see, it takes strength and might to hear your Father say, keep these commandments this day. And when you realize you don't know them, then you need to be under the teachings of Yahweh ben Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. Now we got a little understanding of the word Egypt, just a little bit. And I want y'all to pardon me again. I'm looking through a whole lot of good stuff here now. Oh, here we go. Come on. All right. We're going to go to the word. It's one of the words that was in that scripture, and the word was holy. I'm glad I remember what I was studying. but the word is holy. Where is that at? Holy. It says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord Yahweh." Now uh, I have a thesaurus, and I was blessed with this thesaurus because it was published in. Would you believe this? It started in 1852 and it was edited in 1962. And it has some very interesting words in here, but we're going to go to the word holy. Anaya, could you go to the word holy for us before I go through these synonyms?
Holy.
The word holy. Now, when Brother Anaya go through these words, you want to write them down because we will not have time to go through all of them this evening, but we want you to look them up. Brother Anaya.
Give me a quick second.
Anaya, did you move them words up, the scriptures I put in here?
Okay. Holy, right? HOLY, holy. Can you hear me clearly?
I hear you so good. Yes, sir. I hear you clearly.
All right. So, holy. The word holy comes from the Old English word halig, which is related to hal, meaning whole, healthy, or unhurt. It was originally used in religious sense to denote something or someone that it was set apart or sacred or set apart for sacred use, morally and spiritually pure. Its origin also tied to the Proto-Germanic word haligas, which shares a similar meaning of sacred or whole. The definition of the word holy is connected to Yahweh or divine being, worthy of worship or veneration, holy, morally, and spiritually excellent, a quality of complete righteousness and purity, holy, set apart in a religious context, being consecrated and dedicated to a divine purpose. The Hebrew word for holy is kadosh. It appears frequently in the Bible to describe Yahweh, Yahweh's people, Yahweh's places, and objects that are set apart for a special and a sacred purpose. It carries connotations of being distinct or separated for holiness.
That's it, Anaya.
I got more if you need it.
Yes, sir. Come on, bring it with us. I need to tell me how I am to be.
All right. Holy refers to anything dedicated or consecrated to Yahweh. Right? This might include
Anaya,
Yes, sir.
see, I wanted to make sure you. That's why I kind of stepped away because I know you was gonna be saying some good stuff. But see, Yahweh say you're a holy people, and he just shared the definition means consecrated,
Consecrated.
dedicated, dedicated. Anaya,
Yes, sir.
can we just go to dedicated just a little bit?
Dedicated.
Dedicated.
Dedicated. I'm gonna give the etymology first. The word dedicated
Yes,
comes
sir.
from the Latin word dedicare, meaning to proclaim, announce, or devote. Dedicated.
Say that one more
Devoted-
time.
The word dedicated comes from the Latin word dedicare, meaning to proclaim, to announce, or to devote. Dedicated means
Now y'all heard what he said. Now he said to proclaim, to announce. Proclaim what? Your Father's name, Yahweh,
sir,
and demonstrate your righteousness to the world. That's what he's sharing with us with dedicate. Go ahead, bro.
dedicated means to be devoted to a task or a purpose. Dedicated describes a person who is committed to working hard for a particular goal, cause, or a project.
Not being slack or lazy.
No, sir.
You can't be slack or lazy.
Absolutely not.
Go ahead, brother.
Dedicated
Oof.
means to be set apart for a specific purpose.
You're not with other. You set aside for Yahweh's perfect.
Yes, sir.
See, that's why he said we were few in number. See, it's just a few people that's going to be dedicated and set aside for Yahweh's use. Now, remember now, one of Yahweh's use is communing with him. One of his uses is he's saying, look, I want to share my mind with your mind. I want you to understand that I want to commune with you. I want to share my secrets, thoughts, and my secret feelings. Go ahead and excuse me.
All right.
Gracious.
Dedicated, set apart for a specific purpose. Designated for a particular use. Dedicated, consecrated, or devoted to a divine or sacred purpose. Often meaning dedicated or consecrated to a specific deity or a holy cause. In Hebrew, the word commonly used for dedicated is makdash, derived from the root, which kadosh means to set apart or to sanctify. It carries the connotation of something being dedicated for a sacred purpose. Another word used for dedication in a secular or everyday sense is when referring as makdash, referring to being assigned or dedicated to a specific task. That's it. Did you want consecrated?
That's it. Please.
Let's go. Consecrated.
See, this is Yahweh communicating to us when we study. And study means intense mental. See, what you're hearing, you got to go define this, define this for your mind, and become dedicated to what Yahweh ben Yahweh is feeling.
Yes,
intense mental application. Come on, brother. Come on.
Consecrated. The etymology for the word consecrated comes from the Latin word consecrare, which means in combination, con means with, and credit means together. Definition of consecrated: made or declared sacred. Something that is officially designated for religious purposes, often through ritual or ceremony. Consecrated means devoted to a particular purpose, being set aside for a specific function. Consecrated means sanctified or blessed. It implies blessing or sanctification, making the object or the person fit for divine service.
What kind of service?
Divine.
Fix for divine service.
Yes, sir.
To Yahweh ben Yahweh. Come
Yes,
on,
sir.
come on, come on. Yes, sir.
In Hebrew, the
Fix
word often
me,
used
Yahweh.
for consecrators, again, is kadash, which is closely related to meaning holy, again, holy and set apart. So consecrated and holy, they go together. Holy and set apart. That's all I have for now.
You just said that's all again, all that you again. You said, listen, this class, you can view this class if you go to our systems and listen to it very carefully so that you can study this for yourself. See, our goal is to put you on track. Now, we just left out, and that was holy, right, Anaya?
Yes, sir.
And consecrated.
Holy, dedication, and consecrated.
Yes, sir. Now, we was reading out of Deuteronomy chapter 6, and we probably stopped around 11, but I want to go down to 15 and let you know about the God that we serve, Yahweh ben Yahweh. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 15, it says, and the Lord Yahweh will take away from thee all sickness, will take away, and he will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt. Yeah. Verse 15, that's what said. Take away all sickness when you keep his laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments as a way of life. See, if he got to take away all the sickness, means we've been sick mentally and physically, because he said all sickness, not just some, all sickness, and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt on you. So if you got the mindset of Egypt, he's going to put some diseases. He say evil diseases on you. Praise Yahweh. Also, holy means in the Rosette's International Thesaurus, originally 1850 something, the word holy means to be God-like. In other words, to be like Yahweh ben Yahweh. It also means self-existent. It means not of this world. Whoa. It means to be heavenly. It means to be celestial. It means to be ineffable. It means to be superhuman, supernatural. It means to be unearthly. I know that just didn't. YBY chapter says the earth was without form and void. You have to go back to our feast classes for the Feast of Tabernacles and listen to what earth means. But it means to be unearthly. It means, again, self-existent. It means to be everlasting. It means to be all-powerful, almighty. It means to be omnipotent. It means to be sovereign. It means to be in the image of God Yahweh. That's what holy means. See, it says we'll be few in number. It won't be a lot of us that's willing to make this kind of commitment, but we'll be the ones that will rule the world in righteousness. Yeah, I was talking to a guy today, and it was just to kind of see where he was thinking at. And he said, man, this system will never fall. They'll never let it fall. They will never let it fall. Well, if they could, they will keep it in existence. But Yahweh said their time of rulership is up. He's going to cut time short. He's going to bring this to an end. And the righteous, his sons and daughters, will be thrust into rulership. And there's nothing nobody or no thing can do. It says in the image of Yahweh. That's what holy means. And now you got to help us out again. Excuse me.
Okay.
Now, Anaya, we're going to come back to that, but we're going to go to Acts 2:44. We're going to look at Acts 2:44. This something was shared years ago. Acts 2:44. Come on, come on. We got people waiting. Acts 2:44 says, it says, and all that believed were together and had all things common. See, it says, if you believe, you're going to have these things, these godly attributes in common. Yahweh tells us, says, behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Not disunity, in unity. Have the mind, the same mind of Yahweh, being unified with Yahweh ben Yahweh. See, when we say one God, one mind, one love, one action, that's a unity that those few that believe in Yahweh ben Yahweh will transform their self. They will correct their own mind. They'll change their self. They understand that they really have the power to resist Satan and kick Satan out your mind. Kick Satan out your mind and replace your mind with Yahweh so he can commune with you, so he can share with you his intimate thoughts and his intimate feelings. Satan shares his intimate thoughts and feelings with you all the time. That's why you do wrong. But Yahweh saying he wants to share his intimate thoughts and feelings. Intimate also again means private, not revealed to everybody. All that believe were together. Anaya, the word sovereign. The word sovereign.
Sovereign.
Sovereign, yes, sir.
All right. I start off with the etymology first. The word sovereign
Okay.
comes from the old French word souverain, which is self-derived from the Latin word superinus, meaning chief or above. The Latin root super means above or over, indicating authority or dominance. Over time, the spelling and pronunciation evolved into sovereign, emphasizing the idea of supreme authority or power.
Wait a minute. You saying the word sovereign means to have supreme authority?
Yes, sir.
And what was that other word? Supreme authority and what else?
Or power.
And supreme, is there a comma right there?
It's supreme authority or power, meaning supreme authority or supreme power.
Did y'all hear that? Supreme power, supreme authority. This is our heritage, what you're hearing right now. This is our heritage. Don't get caught up on the little bit of land we used to have. The whole world belongs to Yahweh, and we're his children. We're his heirs. That's who we are. And we're to have supreme authority. We're to have supreme power. Please look up supreme. Good gracious. That just sounds like something I need to know about. Supreme.
Supreme. Etymology of the word supreme. The word supreme comes from the Latin word supremus, meaning that which is above or that which is higher. Supremus means the highest or the most elevated. Definition for supreme: highest in rank or highest in authority. It refers to a person or entity or an institution with the ultimate
Wait a
authority.
minute. It said a person. It said a person. No, it said a person.
It said a person, entity, or institution.
Or institution. That's the nation of Yahweh.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead
with
now.
The ultimate authority.
Gracious, look ahead.
A person, entity, or institution with the ultimate authority or power.
See, that's the institution is the authority and power. The institution is the nation of Yahweh.
Yes, sir.
Not this. What's the nation of Yahweh? The nation of Yahweh is people that have accepted Yahweh ben Yahweh. And what I mean by accepted him, accepted his mind in your mind. That's who the nation of Yahweh is. Accept his mind in your mind. Then we will all say one God, one mind, one love, one action. You got some more, Naya?
Yes, sir. Supreme means the greatest in degree, quality, or importance. It describes something that is unsurpassed or the best in its category. Supreme means the final or the ultimate. Used to indicate something that is the final or at its conclusive stage. Supreme means surpassing all others. It describes someone or something that excels over everything else.
Now what Brother Anaya is sharing with you is the word, all this part of sovereignty. All this is a part of, this is coming from sovereignty. That's why we have to study. You can't become what you don't know. It's impossible for you to become what you don't know. That's why they tell this system, say you can't be perfect. They not only say it, they teach you, and then teach everybody to say nobody can be perfect. Don't believe that. It's not talking about those of us that's going to apply intense mental application. We're going to apply this in our mind and then manifest it in our actions. Excuse me, Nadia.
You wanted some more?
You got some more?
I do.
Oh yeah, give it to me. Give it to me.
Supreme. Hebrew. Elyon. Elyon is often used to describe something or someone who is supreme or the most high. This term is frequently used.
What? Wait a minute. You say the most high?
Yes, sir.
No, you didn't say most high now.
Yes, I did.
Matthew 5:48 says, "Be ye perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." He's telling you to be just like him. He's telling you how he overcame this world and became the mighty God. Hold it right there. What is that? Isaiah 9:6. Hold 1 second. Stay right there, Naya, please. Isaiah, I know somebody think I'm making this up. Come on, Isaiah. You know I'm looking for you. Isaiah. It says, for unto us a child is born. Did you hear that, right? He was born. Keep your finger right there. Keep your finger right there on Isaiah 9:6 and go to Deuteronomy. Go to Deuteronomy. Keep your hand on that there. Go to Deuteronomy 18. 18 and no, excuse me, Deuteronomy 15. Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse 18. He say, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. 19, and it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, Yahweh, I will require him to teach you in the name Yahweh. That's what I'm going to try. But he was raised from among us. Go to Isaiah 9:6 and says, for unto us this person is born, a child is born. Unto us a son is given, and this son has a government that he's going to establish, and this government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, all capital letters, Wonderful. His name shall be called Counselor. He shall be called the Mighty God, all capital letters, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. I'm saying that Yahweh himself came down in the flesh as the Son. What I mean came down? Came among us in our low state of mind, in our carnal and earthly mind. He came down to us to bring us back up to him. Yes, this one that's born unto us shall be called the Mighty God, The everlasting Father. Excuse me, Naya. Where you was at, Brother Naya?
So
Where you was at, Brother Naya?
I was on Supreme on the Hebrew word Elyon.
Come on, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Hebrew word Elyon is often used to describe something or someone who is supreme or most high. This term
It is most high.
This term is
Go
frequently
ahead, Naya.
used. This term is frequently used in the Hebrew Bible to refer to Yahweh as El Elyon, meaning Yahweh the Most High, emphasizing his supreme authority and power over all creation. And let me just break down three facets of supreme. Supreme authority refers to an entity or institution that holds the highest power in governance, in law, and in command. For instance, a government body like the Supreme Court has the final say in legal matters. That's what supreme authority is. Supreme quality, in more general usage, something that is supreme represents the highest possible standard, highest quality, whether it be in craftsmanship, skill, or any other attributes. Supreme sacrifice. This phrase is often used to describe the act of giving one's life for a cause or for a greater good. The term supreme
Wait a minute,
conveys.
Naya.
Yes,
It
sir.
say he'll give his life for the greater good.
Yes, sir.
For a greater good. See, he said we'll do a greater work. He gave his physical life, Yahweh ben Yahweh, gave his physical life so we can do a greater work. Go ahead, Naya. Excuse me again.
All right. And the summary for supreme. The term supreme conveys the idea of being the most elevated, the greatest, the highest in terms of power, authority, quality, whether in religious context where Yahweh is considered supreme or the secular world. Supreme still is highest quality and authority. The word suggests an ultimate, unmatched level of importance or control. That's it.
Unmatched. Naya. Now you got another word you got to look up. We right at the time of ending, but
Sir.
holy means immortal. The word holy means immortal. Can you share a little bit with that on that tonight? Immortal.
You want me to look up immortal?
Please, please, please.
All right.
That immortal comes from holy now. Say you're a holy people. You're immortal people. Yes, sir. Come on, bro.
All right. Etymology for immortal. The word immortal was rooted from the word immortalis, meaning not, and mortalis mean mortal. So not mortal, not subject to death. The term immortalis literally means not subject to death, not dying, eternal, being an entity that cannot die, living forever.
That cannot living.
living forever,
Whew. Go ahead,
free
bro.
from death, used to describe someone or something that will be remembered forever due to their greatness, their legacy, their achievements. Can also refer to someone or something that is not bound by time. In Hebrew, the word is used to convey the concept of eternity or something that was everlasting. The word immortal means to be free from death, living eternally. It can refer to both literal beings that do not die, such as gods or souls, and it can also be metaphorically used for legacies or ideas that endure throughout time. Immortality is often a symbol of ultimate transcendence beyond the physical limits of life. That's it.
Still, no, that's it. Now, this is the Bible Interpreter's Dictionary. This is the Interpreter's Dictionary of the Bible, E through J. What you're about to hear is that some people knew that we had the qualities of being immortality. I'm not going to read all of immortality, but I am going to read a part of it because it's already about 8 o'clock. In immortality, it says, Yahweh can cure persons dying of illness. He can also make manifest his power over death. So if you're thinking about some other kind of death, he's saying that he can cure persons dying of illness. Now, we just read in Deuteronomy chapter 7, is it? And chapter 7, verse 15, he says, and the Lord Yahweh will take away from thee all sickness and will not put none of these evil diseases that's going to be placed on the Egyptian or this system or America's mindset. These people that want to accept this system mindset that you're going to be diseased and sick, and it's going to be an evil disease. And in the Bible Interpreter's Dictionary, it says Yahweh can cure persons that's dying of illness. He can manifest his power over death. I'm talking about physical death, not just mental death. It starts in your mind, and see, when you implement it in your physical life, when you say intense mental application is what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply this intensely to my mind, and I'm going to manifest my actions, my life style to be congruent with Yahweh ben Yahweh lifestyle. And what is his lifestyle? Keeping the laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments, and being holy, being godlike, being sovereign, being all powerful, being immortal. Well, it's time to stop for this particular class. Anaya, you have any announcement how they can always reach us?
Yes, sir. You can
Yes,
always
sir.
you can find us at YBYalliance.com. That's YBY Alliance.com. We have all the information that you need about Yahweh Ben Yahweh Alliance. We have all the dates for all the feasts. We have the feast registrations when they come up. We have all the events that we have. I implore you to go on YBYalliance.com, click on contact, leave your name, your number, your email, and we will email you the information you need to be a part of these vigorating Yahweh-minded classes. Again, that's YBYalliance.com. If you would like to go back and rewatch these videos on classes, we have the Facebook channel where we have the videos at, and we have the YouTube channel. All will be emailed to you on how to get there if you go to YBYalliance.com. Thank you.
Praise Yahweh. Thank you, sir. You need to be preparing now for the feast of Passover and unleavened bread. You have to prepare for that. Praise Yahweh. Well, I hope you enjoyed this class as much as I did. Hopefully you'll pick up your tools, start studying so you can find this information for yourself. If you don't believe in righteousness as a way of life, you're not welcome among us if you don't believe in righteousness as a way of life. We have no use for you. Please don't come amongst us. We're looking for those few that Yahweh is talking about. Now we're going to say a prayer in Tefillah in Hebrew. That's the Lord's Prayer. Let us face the east. Tefillah. Ave Nu Shabbat Shemayim. Yikadesh America. Tavo Makuteaka. Yase Rizonka. Ivashimayim Kane Bares. Et Lekin Kukenu. Tain La Nu Hayon. Uslak La Nu. All Cartenu. Gemosha So King. Gumnaknu. Lakote La Nu. Leal Tefienu. But Deni Sayon. King Ka Senu. Mean hurrah, Kilaka, among Maha, they are Gibara, they are tears, they over me, Sila. We thank thee, Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. Praise Yahweh, and always remember that Yahweh ben Yahweh loves you. The nation of Yahweh loves you. And we look to see you next Thursday at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and invite all good people that you know. Shalom, shalom.